Jannus Live, doing some interview work for our fabulous website. If you haven't been there, it's just simply jannuslive.com. It's breathtaking. You've got to see it. We have the great privilege to be here with Donovan Frankenreiter, and he's going to be playing here at what, 9 o'clock, 9:30, something like that.
10:30.
10:30.
No, wait.
Doors at 8. Show at 10:30.
We have an opener.
Oh, okay.
Great opener. Mishka is opening up.
Mishka. Good.
Yeah.
When the name comes up, some people certainly are very familiar. Other people are like, who? And, you know, it's just like anything else, unless you're an international superstar. But when I tell them, I say, well, yeah, you know, the guy, he's a musician, and he surfs, and the overwhelming response is, dude's got a great life, man. You know?
I do. I feel very lucky to be able to do both of those things as a career, and they're also both my passions. So, yeah, no complaints. Beautiful.
Yeah. And so I say, well, you know, I'm sure Donovan's got his problems too, but overall,
overall, I feel like one of the luckiest guys in the world, because like two passions that I love, one of them I do at night, and one I do during the day. So they don't clash. They actually help each other out. Mm-hmm. The only downfall, but I don't really talk about it much because it's like I'm very lucky to do what I do, but I have a wife and 2 kids, so being away from them is the hardest thing about being on the road. And I'm on the road a lot. Like what I do takes me on the road a lot. It's not like I surf and play music and I can just stay home.
Right.
So I'm on the road 8 months out of the year, which they get to travel with me a lot, but when they're not with me, some days are pretty hard. My one son is 7 years old, my other one's 3 years old, and I've been married for 10 years, so I love getting back to the family. Very lucky to be able to roll around and go from one beautiful beach town to another, playing music and looking for waves every day.
Don't be jealous. Don't hate them.
Don't be mad at me.
So you say surfing trips. What is your? I mean, I know you were a professional surfer, or are. It's a
yeah, I
little
still
bit.
do that for a living. Still professional.
You're still a professional surfer.
Yeah, I write for Billabong Clothing. I've been writing for them for, I don't know, 20-something years, and I have all these other endorsements, you know, Verizon and Samsung and Coors Light and Sanuk sandals, Von Zipper sunglasses. The guy that makes my boards, this guy Jeff Lausch, and so I have all these companies that endorse me, and I support and sort of promote their products. But they're so great because they support what I do musically as well. So that's like really fun. Not that they just all we want you to do is surf, and if you go play music, we want nothing to do with that. They really embrace that whole side of my musical life. So it's great. I mean, that's how I make a living. I'm either on surf trips, promoting their products and doing my surf thing, or I'm on the road trying to bring the music to the people, one way or the other.
The biggest problems I've seen that I wasn't supposed to see were when you've got there's a perfectionism going on, and the headliner's just pissed off because his band or whatever, you know, and you don't strike me as that kind of guy. It's more, you know, that's kind of like James Brown's the most classic example of the crack the whip guy, but yeah. It literally seems guys it ruins their night. And,
I mean, for me, I want to have as much fun as I possibly can. You know, like I can't. Well, I mean, that's like for me. I wouldn't be out here if I wasn't having fun. I wouldn't do it. For one, that's the first thing. You know, like even if like, you know, they're like, come on, you're gonna make great money. Go out there and do it. It's like if I'm waking up every day and it's miserable for me, I'm gonna find something else to do first and foremost. You know, I can't be away from my family and traveling on this bus and be like, that gig sucked. You know, like I couldn't imagine. Like And I can't ever be, you know, because I never grew up, singing. I'm not a trained singer. I don't even know how to sing, and I can barely play guitar, right? So I just want to have fun doing what I do, you know, and like, so I think that's the most important thing is you want to play the best music you can live for people that come to pay to see it, but also I think if we connect and they enjoy it and we're enjoying ourselves, that will kind of, you know, that feeling hopefully will come out to the people that are watching us too, because that's the most important thing. If you're just sitting there trying to be the best, I mean, I don't think, you know, for me, I'm never going to be the best guitar player, you know. I mean, Jimi Hendrix to me was the best.
Me too.
And so,
very good.
You know, and singing and stuff, I just want to have fun with people, you know.
There you go. Donovan Frankenreiter is not a tyrant. You have a former or current friend, a running buddy or whatever, who kind of ascended to the top of things, Jack Johnson. I mean, when I first heard him, I was like, well, you know, I'll have a nice little niche career, you know. I was wrong. I mean, you're doing your thing, he's doing his thing. I would imagine it's difficult to maintain the relationship. Could you give the folks a sense of how you keep a friendship that was at such a dynamic X number of years ago, and now you both changed so much?
Yeah, well, he's, I've known him since the age of, I think he was 14 and I was 15, so, he's always been a friend. He's, for one, he gave me my start in music. I mean, he signed me to Brushfire Records, and he produced my first record, and he co-wrote songs with me on that album, and so, if it wasn't for Jack, he really opened up a huge musical door for me. He gave me an opportunity to go out and tour with him as well, too, which is, for 2 years I did that, so. And he's, I think for our generation, like my generation of people, he is, he's like the Bruce Springsteen, Jimmy Buffett of our era. He's gigantic, and I don't know if people know all around the world. I mean, he's huge everywhere. I'll go to Australia and see him. I'll be in Europe. I mean, he plays stadiums like all around the world. It wasn't just like he struck a chord and it resonated with like the beach culture in America. It transcended beyond, I think, everybody's wildest dreams. I mean, he's really struck a chord with a bunch of people. So for me to for a moment there to be kind of ride that wave for a little bit was incredible. I mean, it was nice. I don't think I'd be here today if it wasn't for his guidance and his start in the beginning, for sure.